we won't be able to run anything from the sheriff's office until we're able to make the purchase or attempt to purchase of new hardware. Because we have, the equipment we have right now will not run the software that 911 and Alcoa and Maryville Police Departments and the sheriff's office are going to buy.
Can I ask?
Mr. Samples, go ahead.
So if we wait till February, our officers and jailers and people in the Justice Center, our emergency operations people, are not going to be able to take the training in January if we don't have the, if we don't go ahead with this.
Mr. Hackney, go ahead.
Sorry. The systems we have in our patrol cars right now will stop working with what we have currently whenever 911 goes online, which, like I said, we're proposing is sometime in mid-March. And we don't have anything right now that would run that. So what we currently have will no longer work in patrol cars. The plan is for a two-phase, so it would be probably in the fall we're looking at as far as jail and records, but for the officers, they would be without in the vehicles until we're able to buy new hardware.
I understand where Mr. Cole, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I understand, Commissioner Cole, where you're coming from, but I think we're going to put people in harm's way out there if they don't get the proper training with everybody else. I can't support this. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Hackney. Commissioner Akert, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was, as the previous speaker was explaining, or as the previous conversation was taking place, I certainly don't want to put our officers or any of our emergency service people in harm's way. But as I'm looking down this list of the individual items that we're paying this money for, I see very little of it dealing with the officers in their cars, or there's a phone system on here for 320 telephones, an Office 365 productivity suite for 250 users. I mean, there's a whole lot of things here that don't have anything to do with emergency services that if we go into it and look, we have numbers down here and they're all zeroed out. There's no 95 cents or $4 or, I mean, these are all arbitrary numbers. And when we look into where we came up with these numbers to any significant degree, we don't have a whole lot of information. The company that's done this report for us is a very small company. According to their D&B information, they've been around since 2012, and I think they have 3 employees. We're putting a lot of money at stake here without knowing a whole lot of information, and I think the motion to postpone until such time as we can have a better opportunity to review these numbers is warranted given the $1.3 million price tag. So it would have my support. Thank you.
Commissioner Farmer, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In reference to postponing, I guess this was brought forward to the Budget Committee from the IT Committee.
Mr. Vineyard, is that correct? Response is yes.
Okay, so it was vented at the IT Committee, vented at the Budget Committee, and now we want to postpone it to vent it more. I won't go along with postponing it.
Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized on the motion to postpone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The IT Committee did not approve this, and they did not recommend this. All they did was vote to send the report to the Budget Committee. They didn't vote to approve any of this. The more appropriate resolution would have been to send it to
Commissioner, may I interject? No committee recommends. They only forward a recommendation.
And they did not forward a recommendation. They just forwarded the report on to the Budget Committee.
Continue.
So as far as recommendation, this hasn't been fully vetted. This was handed to us when we walked in. We didn't have any prep time, and it was just sent on. And at that time, I requested that any such type expenditures, before anything was recommended, that we vet it through the IT committee. I think the better motion would have been to send it back to the IT committee. They meet in January, so that recommendation could have been before the budget committee in February. But as far as putting our officers in harm's way, because we have to...
Just a moment. Commissioner Caskey, state your point of order.
Mr. Chairman, I believe the motion before us is a motion to postpone.
She's speaking to the motion to postpone. She said a better motion would be, she's not, motion to postpone has precedence over commit or refer, but her debate is in order. Continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As far as the motion to postpone putting our officers in harm's way, I think we just heard a while ago that we're not actually spending any money. So how could we be putting our officers in harm's way because we're not actually purchasing anything? This isn't from the sheriff's office to make a request to purchase equipment. This is to just put money in a fund. And then as soon as we put money in the fund, oh yeah, they'll come back with ways to spend it. And I'm sure they'll come back with ways to spend every penny of it. It's not going to put any officers in harm's way because we're not purchasing anything specific for the officers or for the sheriff's office. It's just sticking money in a fund. So both of these things that we've been told are false. There's no reason to rush this. The better thing to have done would be to send it back to the IT committee, let the IT committee prioritize this. It probably would be good to look at a 3 or 4 year plan and do this all over a course of a couple of years and prioritize our needs. Thank you.
Commissioner Allen, you're recognized for the first time on the motion to
Motion
postpone.
to postpone, and just mainly going to address that we are sticking money in a fund so that the bidding process can start without investing in this account. I do not believe that the bidding process should start, so that's why I don't think the postponement is in order.
Commissioner Cole, you're recognized for the second time, sir.
Thank you. After hearing all the discussion, I did not recognize that this equipment was required to make the sheriff's software work. And again, it goes back to what I stated earlier. We need to get a list compiled where we can look at the next 3 years and understand how all this ties together. But with what I've heard, I can't allow the deputies to be without their equipment, so I'm going to withdraw the motion.
You have a motion to withdraw, it belongs to the body. Is there a second on the motion? There's a second by Commissioner Carter. Cole makes a motion to withdraw. Discussion on the motion to withdraw. Commissioner Daly, you're recognized. Your light just came on, so.
This is kind of sounding familiar to me.
Is this on the motion to withdraw?
I don't think we should. Can I say that?
The pending motion, Commissioner Cole desires to withdraw his motion to postpone. Vote yes to withdraw the motion. Vote no not to withdraw.
You have 16 yeses and 3 noes.
16 yes, 3 noes. The motion to postpone is withdrawn. The pending motion is to adopt Resolution 15-12-013. Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There are some numbers in our packet, and what this attempts to do is swallow the whole enchilada in one bite without having gone through a formal vetting process through the IT committee and establishing a plan. I don't think it wise because these are not actual quotes. I can look at numbers that are in this, like the desktop monitors for $168.30 each. I could walk in to a office supply store right now and get a better deal with no pre-planning right now than the numbers that we're setting aside. That probably would be the case for the desktop PCs as well. There's not specs there for me to know exactly. But I think it's a little premature for us to put this much money because these are not quotes. So I move to amend the amount that is being requested to set aside, strike that $1,348,942 and replace that with $700,000.
Motion to amend, striking $1,348,942, insert $700,000. Is there a second? Commissioner Daly seconds. Pending motion is to amend Resolution 15-12-013 by striking $1,348,942, insert $700,000. Commissioner Monroe, do you wish to be recognized?
No.
Commissioner Daly?
No.
Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Okay, the amount listed on page 53, budgets and prioritization list, let me make sure that's still 53 in the packet. Yes, it's 53 in the packet. Lists $9,580 for a director of IT, but I believe we're already paying a IT director in the annual budget, or money has already been appropriated. If you pull up the annual budget under Data Processing Cost Center 105, the supervisor director has $88,120 already in the budget. So I think that we're setting aside money that perhaps we might not need to. So I think it wise to reduce the amount of money that we're setting aside because these numbers leave a lot to be desired. Thank you.
Pending motion is a motion to amend. Commissioner Akerd, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. According to what we've heard, we're not spending the money right now. This is in place for the bidding process to take place so that the individual parties that we ask to bid on it, or whoever elects to bid on it from seeing the report in the newspaper of the open bid situation, sees per this amendment $700,000 for the equipment. This would certainly show people that we're serious about the investment and not leave it where they wouldn't be willing to consider bidding the way it was presented earlier, that we need to do this so that people will know that we're serious so that they would submit a bid. We certainly could do that with the $700,000. And then when the proposals come through, the commission is to approve the purchase anyway. So we've accomplished both with this amendment of showing the folks that we're serious about the bid and bringing the number back before the commission for approval when it happens. And who knows, because we've come in at so much lower of a number, the bids may actually come through at so much lower of a number as well. And we all win if that happens, so I like the idea. Thank you.
Commissioner Daly, you're recognized for the second time on the main motion. No, it's on the motion to amend, excuse me.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we're not talking about spending money. We're going to put it in this, it's going to be earmarked, whatever. Once it is put into this, these monies, can it ever be transferred out?
Commissioner, we're now discussing why it should be $700,000 versus $1,348,000. Is there a reason why it should be $700,000 versus 1,348,000.
Well,
That's on the
okay, will
floor.
the 700,000 ever be transferred to another department if it's not needed? Any money?
Capital projects account, once it's placed in a projects account, capital account, over time, that money will be transferred to pay for bids, successful bids, and purchase the equipment.
Right, okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Allen on the motion to amend.
Yeah, a couple things. First off, I do, for those who don't know, I do bid on government projects every day. And if I seen a project on the board that was budgeted at half of its worth cost, I would not waste my time on bidding that project. Second of all, I'd like to make a motion to previous question on this and all previous questions.
State that again. What did you say? Excuse me. Have a motion, previous question on all pending motions. Is there a second? Second. Commissioner Samples, seconds. Commissioner Allen moves. Motion, previous question is not debatable. We will vote yes to end discussion and go to a vote. Vote no, not to end discussion.
Yeah, 6 no's.
13 yes, 6 no's. Motion to move previous question fails. The pending motion is to amend Resolution 1512.
You said the motion for previous question failed.
It did. Takes 14 votes to pass. Takes 2/3.
I thought you said
13 yes. And I don't know, the balance was no. So, no, not a problem, not a problem. The pending motion is a motion to amend Resolution 1512-013. Commissioner French, you're recognized. Are the members ready for the question?
Please state the question.
The question is, the pending motion is a motion to amend Resolution 1512-013, striking 1,348,942 and inserting 700,000. Vote yes to amend. Vote no not to amend.
And 5 yes, 14 no's.
5 yes, 14 no. The motion to amend fails. The pending motion is the original main motion to adopt 1512-013. Commissioner Akert, for what purpose you seek the floor? You've had discussion twice on the main motion. You're recognized. Speak of main motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we send this back to the IT committee for their
Have a motion to refer to the IT committee. Is there a second? Commissioner Monroe seconds. Discussion on the motion to refer back to the IT committee. Commissioner Akert, you're recognized on the motion to refer.
We've heard that the IT committee recommended it, and then we've also heard that it did not. And we've also heard that there is an IT committee meeting in January. Seems ultra logical to have the folks that are most responsible for IT to be telling us what we should be doing with IT. And if they don't approve it, we certainly shouldn't be. Thank you.
Commissioner Allen on the motion to refer.
Just point of clarification, we're sending this back to the IT department after they sent it to us with their recommendation. Yes or no?
That appears to be. The board is clear. Pending motion is to refer Resolution 1512-013 back to the IT committee. Commissioner Archer, you seek the floor, sir.
Have a clear explanation as to whether the IT committee did in fact oversee this or did they not? I mean, this is something I would
Monroe.
think they should be in the loop on, and I still haven't figured out whether they are or not. Can somebody answer that?
Mr. Vineyard, can you shed any light on whether what the status of this item was with the IT committee? I know there's a Net 3 study. Mr. Mayor, you're recognized.
Net 3 gave this presentation to the IT committee in public and in October, the 26th of October, I believe. We heard it. We took the report, and the IT committee voted to send that on to the budget committee for their consideration as it was presented.
Are the members ready for the question? The pending motion is a motion to refer this back to the IT committee. If you're in favor of sending it back, vote yes. If you're not in favor of sending it back, vote no.
You have 4 yeses, 15 no.
4 yes, 15 no. The motion to refer fails. The pending motion is to adopt Resolution 1512-013. Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to adopt the resolution. Vote no not to adopt the resolution.
You have 15 yes, 4 no.
15 yes, 4 no. The resolution is adopted. Commissioner French, you seek the floor. Next item of business is C7. Chair will stand for a motion on items C7A, Resolution 1512-014, to amend the general fund budget by $319,563. Commissioner Melton moves. Is there a second? Is that Commissioner Hedrick? The motion is to adopt Resolution 1512-014. Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to hear from the finance director as to how they calculate these numbers.
Mr. Vineyard, you're recognized.
We get the request from the Risk Management Office.
Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
So is risk management calculating these numbers, or are you?
Mr.
Yes,
Vineyard.
Risk Management calculates them.
So it was risk management that miscalculated?
No, there is no miscalculation. This was an omission on my staff's part in including it in the accounts that are before you right now.
Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Okay, so this was another error. Thank you.
Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to adopt Resolution 1512-014. Vote no not to adopt the resolution. 19 yes, 0 no. The resolution's adopted. The next item of business is C7B. Chair will stand for a motion on C7B Resolution 1512-015 to amend the general purpose school fund budget by $259,048. Commissioner French moves. Is there a second? Commissioner Caskey seconds. Motions to adopt Resolution 1512-015. Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to adopt a resolution. Vote no not to adopt. Commissioner Archer.
With 19 yeses.
19 yes, 0 no. The resolution's adopted. The next item of business is D1. The chair will stand for motion on item D1. Resolution 1512-018 to amend the general fund budget by minus $55,700.
Mr. Chairman, I move D1 and D2 since they are decreases.
Commissioner Samples makes a motion to adopt resolutions 1512-018 and 1512-019. Is there a second? Commissioner Stinnett seconds. The motion is to adopt resolutions 1512-018 and 019. Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to adopt the resolutions. Vote no not to adopt the resolutions.
With 19 yeses.
19 yes, 0 no. The resolutions are adopted. The next item of business is E1. The chair will stand for a motion on item E1 to approve a budget transfer in the general county for election commission in the amount of $6,000. Commissioner Allen makes a motion to approve the transfers in E1, E2, and E3. Is that correct? Is there a second? Commissioner Bowers seconds. The motion is to approve the budget transfers in items E1, 2, and 3. Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Regarding the increase in pay for the election commissioners, it's not a lot of money, but
Commissioner, this is only on a transfer. I believe the resolution to increase is later in the call.
That's after this? Okay. All right, thank you.
Are the members ready for the question? The pending motion is to approve the budget transfers as set forth in items E1, E2, and E3. Vote yes to approve the transfers. Commissioner Aker, you got in under the line, sir.
I would like to separate the three of them, please.
They're all three budget transfers. They're of a like type. Okay. Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Okay, for the election commission, the $6,000, is that transfer to fund the pay increase for the election commissioners?
I would say yes, based upon what is in the call.
Okay, well, then I will speak to that then, since it's funding. I think our society has gotten away from the fact that this is supposed to be public service. And that's not a full-time job. And if the people don't like the pay, then they can resign. And there'd be plenty of other people that would volunteer to do that job. It's sad that we've gotten to a point in our society where people have forgotten that public service is public service. I tried to give up my pay and had to fight and still couldn't give it up because I wanted to serve the community as a volunteer. And it may seem trite, but that's where my heart was. And so if the people are not happy with the pay, for a once-a-month meeting in a non-election year. Now, in an election year, they probably do more, but if they're not happy with the pay, then resign. I'm sure there are plenty of other people that would be glad to do it. Thank you.
Are the members ready for the question? Pending motion is to approve the budget transfers in item E1, E2, and E3. Vote yes to approve the transfers. Vote no not to approve the transfers.
If 17 yes, 2 no.
17 yes, 2 no. The budget transfers are approved. The next item of business is F1, is to approve the budget process calendar. Is there a motion? Commissioner Lewis moves to approve the calendar. Is there a second? Is that Hedrick? Stennett, okay. Motion is to approve the budget process calendar. Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to approve the calendar. Vote no not to approve the calendar. The budget process calendar is approved. The next item of business is F2. The chair will stand for motion on item F2 to approve a grant application for the General County Maintenance Department. Commissioner Hedrick moves. Is there a second by Commissioner Carver? Motion is to approve a grant application. Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to approve the grant application. Vote no not to approve the grant application. Commissioner Melt.
If 17 yes, 2 no.
17 yes, 2 no. Grant application's approved. Next item of business is item G1, Resolution 15-12-020, to increase the threshold over which public advertisement and sealed competitive bids or proposals are required. Commissioner Carver moves. Is there a second? Commissioner Lewis seconds. The motion is to adopt Resolution 15-12-020. Commissioner Monroe, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I recognize that the state law allows for the county to do this, but I don't think that this is in the best interest of the county. I'm sure that this resolution says they have to make an effort to get 3 bids, but we've seen times where there were only 1 bid, and I just don't think that this would be in the best interest of the county. Thank you.
I think the resolution calls for 3 quotes versus bids.
Yes, excuse me, I used the wrong term there. I'm sorry. I meant 3 quotes. Yes.
Commissioner Hedrick, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I see, and what I've looked at, more and more counties are trending toward this. But also, if you look at it, say, for instance, the courthouse, the air conditioner went out. Do we want our employees sitting in the heat for hours trying to get competitive bidding? I think we have to be smart about it and do the right thing, but we can't. I don't see why you would do that. Thank you.
Commissioner Eckert, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was addressing the previous speaker. I believe it says here this is dealing with non-emergency, non-proprietary purchases. I believe we would deem the lack of air conditioning to be an emergency situation. Thank you.
Commissioner Allen, you're recognized.
Yes, I asked about this very thing and got an example of a truck for Mr. Dunlap, maybe. You know, a truck breaks down, his trucks are expensive, they say they cost $12,000. He has to go through the entire bid process to get that truck fixed, and it's down for weeks, maybe months while he does that, because they have to run it in the paper and give so many days, yada, yada, yada. So anyhow, that was a very good example that I'd heard that this would fit in the $10,000 to $25,000 range. They do have to get 3 competitive bids. So I totally support this.
Commissioner Allen, I remind you, it's a quote, not a bid. Are the members ready for the question? Pending motion is to adopt the in order. Pending motion is to adopt Resolution 15-12-020. Vote yes to adopt the resolution. Vote no not to adopt.
If 17 yes, 2 no.
17 yes, 2 no. The resolution's adopted. The next item of business is G2, Resolution 15-12-017, setting the Blount County Election Commission members' compensation. Is there a motion? Commissioner Lewis moves. Is there a second? Who? Pardon me? Commissioner Carter, was that you with the second? Motion is to adopt Resolution 15-12-017. Are the members ready for the question? Vote yes to adopt the resolution. Vote no not to adopt the resolution. Commissioner French.
If 15 yes, 4 no.
15 yes, 4 no. The resolution is adopted. Next item of business is item G3. The chair will stand for motion on item G3, Resolution 15-12-016, to allow safe passage in Blount County, Tennessee for a certain visitor from the North Pole. Commissioner Farmer moves. Is there a second? Commissioner French seconds. Commissioner Farmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will stand in honor of Richard Williams.
You first request permission to read.
I would request permission to read. I would also request that the remaining members of this body support this in honor of Mr. Williams and in honor of a Merry Christmas to all in Blount County.
Commissioner asks unanimous consent to read and to add anyone else at this time who wishes to join as a sponsor. Amen. Anyone else wish to be a sponsor, raise your hand. We have everyone. It's unanimous. Is that correct, Commissioner Monroe? Unanimous, without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
If you're not nice.
Be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Blount County in its session assembled this the 15th day of December 2015. Whereas the runways of McGee-Tyson Airport have been extended, Superintendent of Highways Dunlap has worked with the Tennessee Department of Transportation on facilitating a safe landing pad in Blount County. Whereas the inspection of Santa's old sleigh has revealed that the sleigh, while old, is in remarkable condition. By recommending the proper diet and exercise throughout the year, the veterinarians of Blount County have given a clean bill of health to 8 tiny reindeer. Whereas the Sheriff's Department and deputies are willing to give their time and effort to protect the travel, and the physicians in Blount County have examined this portly old gentleman from the North Pole and found him in the best of health. Therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners, this Blount County, Tennessee, that this portly old gentleman be extended all of the rights, the courtesies, and the privilege to travel throughout this county and deliver gifts, goodwill, charity, happiness, and a jolly ho, ho, ho to all of Blount Countyans. Be it further resolved that a point in time called from December 24 at 6 p.m. until December 25 at 6 a.m., this Blount County Legislative Body wishes all a Merry Christmas and a very, very Happy New Year. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall become a part of the official records of Blount County, the Blount County Commissioners, and all of Blount County, Tennessee. And thank you very much for what you do, and have a Merry Christmas.
Pending motion is to adopt Resolution 15-12016. Vote yes to adopt the resolution. Vote no not to adopt the resolution.
Have 19 yeses.
19 yes, 0 no. The resolution's adopted. This completes the business as set forth in the call. This special meeting is adjourned. I would like to ask all the members, though, if they could stay for just one more moment. We have something to present to Ms. Pitts. The business is over, though. If you need to leave, feel free to go ahead and leave. Rhonda, if you'd like to come up. Commissioner Hedrick has something he would like to present to you on behalf of the commission. Anyone who purchased poinsettias to decorate the commission room, please take them with you tonight.